Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Morning Scone here on the Matt Scone YouTube channel. Glad you're with us. A couple of things I want to talk about today. LSU baseball opens their series against Ole Miss. The NFL draft is tonight, round one. I may blow a gasket, fair warning, on something here in a minute. And LSU Hoops picks up a commitment. I'll begin with, I'm going to begin with the draft, so I'm just going to get this out of the way first. I love the NFL draft. I love the way that the draft can shape a franchise for a decade or longer if you get the right guy. I mean, of course, the obvious one is think about what the Colts were with Peyton Manning. Think about what the Patriots have been with Tom Brady. You think about on a draft night when you go and you pick a guy, if you're the Saints and you draft a guy like Willie Roaf and he becomes a Ring of Honor member, or Ricky Jackson who becomes a Hall of Famer. It's one of the awesome things about the draft, and I love it. I love the draft. What I hate is what the process leading up to the draft has become. And it's been mostly an opportunity for people with an interest elsewhere to try to cast negative light upon young people on the most important or just before the most important days of their lives. I have a column right now at gridironnow.com basically defending Darius Geis, and there's a lot of people that are going to look at that and say, well, you're just the Catholic High Homer guy, and maybe there's some validity to that, but I'd encourage you to go read the column, because if you go do a Google search for Darius Geis, drugs, Darius Geis, arrested Darius Geis, any negative storyline that might be associated with someone with off-field issues, it doesn't exist for Darius. The bottom line is he's kind of a jovial kid who's outgoing, has a big personality, and plays Fortnite. And somehow that's been cast negative upon him, and it annoys me. So go read the column. I gave some real personal examples of things that I've seen Darius do over the last 6 years, 7 years of his life that would suggest, yeah, he's probably not the kid that some are painting as an off-the-field issue kind of guy. But it's not just that. Wake up this morning, and this is so common. It happens every year, the week leading up to the draft. And I know what it is. It's agents. It's agents that have a vested interest in their client, and they're trying to cause other guys to drop in the draft. And so they go to media members that are lazy, that won't vet things, that'll just take what they give them and publish it citing anonymous sources, hoping that it'll gain traction and clicks. And I saw it again today because there's a story from Yahoo that they apparently had somebody, either from Yahoo or an agent for another one of the quarterbacks, had somebody digging through Josh Allen's Twitter account, and they found tweets from when he was in high school where he used the N-word. And for what it's worth mentioning, it was like, about to show these NIGGAS up at Pong. I mean, there's another one where he said, why you so white? If it ain't white, it ain't right. Like, high school kid being a total moron. And then they have another one that's apparently offensive where he just put, I hate LeBron, hashtag LeBron sucks. Y'all, this is published at Yahoo. Yahoo Sports. This is their investigative report the day of the draft that Josh Allen, a guy who might be taken with the first overall pick 6 years ago, or in February 26, 2012, used a slang word for the N-word in a tweet about playing ping pong. Y'all, this is, but like, there are editors. Do you understand how stupid this is? That there are actually adult professional people that are editors at this website that said, you know what? Let's run with that. That's newsworthy. That checks the box. It's so annoying. And my hope is that none of these guys are negatively affected by it, but they are, if nothing else, just because of the way it happens. But more so than anything, man, I just hope that you, watching this or reading this stuff, maybe do so with a different understanding of who the people are that are spreading this and what their agenda is, because it's nonsense and it sucks. It's not newsworthy, and the timing is awful. This happened to Zach Mettenberger in 2014, just before the draft, when the report of his dilute sample at the combine came out just a few days before the draft. It's like, that's something that happened in February. It's been known. Why is that only leaked a couple of days before the draft? Of course, it's done by someone, either a team that's trying to knock Zach's draft stock down so they can get him at a better deal, better bargain, pick, or the agent of another quarterback who wants to elevate his client. It's unfortunate, man. It sucks. And it's a thing. Let me go back to Laramie Tunsil. The gas mask video. Who do you think released that video? I'm not saying Laramie was in the right there, but he certainly didn't release it. Who do you think released that gas mask video 10 minutes before the draft that year? Cost that kid millions of dollars. Dumb decision. Shouldn't have been smoking weed in a gas mask and a bong, and certainly not videoing it, but release it 10 minutes before the draft. It's just, it makes me sad. I rail on it a lot, but the state of media today, there's just very little journalistic integrity because people will print stuff, they'll gobble up the clicks, they won't consider the impact of what they're doing, and they'll be on to the next one tomorrow. And it's so disappointing just because there's no integrity in it. And the fact that Yahoo has this story today about Josh Allen with 6-year-old tweets, Christ almighty. So enjoy watching the draft. Here's hoping that Geis goes in round 1 and all the LSU guys and all the guys that are going to hear their names called, that they have a great night. LSU baseball, they're on the road at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is 32-10. They're 10-8 in the league. Swayze Field's a really tough place to play, and you better believe they're going to be jacked up to have LSU coming in. And they're number 5 in the country. They've got 3 really good arms they're going to throw at LSU. I don't know how anybody realistically could look at this objectively and pick LSU to win this series. I hope they do. They certainly can. We saw Mississippi State sweep Arkansas last week. Tennessee took a game from Florida and nearly took the series. They were a drop fly ball in the outfield away from taking that series. We saw Tennessee take a series from Texas A&M last weekend. So it's baseball and weird things can happen. And LSU has played well. They've won 6 of the last 7 regular season series against Ole Miss and 5 of the last 8 series that have been played in Oxford. So LSU's had a good run against Ole Miss. They've really dominated this series of late. But you're going to face 3 really good arms from Ole Miss, and one of them tonight is lefty Ryan Rollison, and he will be a first-round draft pick. And he's a big lefty that throws hard, and LSU struggled against lefties. The interesting thing is when you look at Rollison and Hess and their numbers, Hess is 6-4, Rollison's 5-3. Hess has a 3.79 ERA, Rollison a 3.19 ERA. They've both thrown exactly 59 1/3 innings. Hess has 27 walks, Rollison 25 walks. Hess has 73 strikeouts, Rollison 77 strikeouts. The two guys are what and what. So there may not be a lot of offense in tonight's game, and it might just be which of those pitchers can outduel the other tonight. Brady Feigl is a junior righty who will go in Game 2 on Friday against Mikhail Hilliard. He's been fantastic this year. Strikeout numbers aren't as high, 49 strikeouts and 57 innings pitched, but he's a good arm. And so is James MacArthur. That's a guy that he's been around Ole Miss for a while. He's a junior now, and you probably recognize that name. MacArthur's 5-0 on the season with a 3.17 ERA. So LSU's going to face 3 really good arms. Just like last week, they faced 3 really good arms from South Carolina, and these are 3 really good pitchers for Ole Miss. So offense has its work cut out for it. We'll see if Josh Smith maybe can be a spark plug in this lineup, but LSU's going to have to find a way to try to win at least one game. And man, if they could go into Sunday with a chance to win the series, that would be fantastic. But this is a big ask. I would say, hey man, if you can go on the road this weekend and get one, if you can get one at Ole Miss this weekend, and then try next week at home against Arkansas to get your season back on the rails and put not only gain wins but pull Arkansas back closer to you. Next week's a huge opportunity because Arkansas is at home this week against Alabama, and Arkansas has been just dominant at home. So we'll see how that all goes this weekend. But LSU has an opportunity to go on the road against Ole Miss and see if they can make some hay and get back on track after last week's sweep. There's one more note I wanted to get to here, and forgive me, I have to pull it up so I can mention the kid by name because I don't have it. But Cody Worsham of Tiger Rag tweeted last night that LSU basketball picked up a commitment from, let's see, the kid's name is Marlon Taylor. I'm trying to get, he's a wing. I'm trying to get, my apologies, y'all. I was trying to get all the information on this kid, but here it is. LSU got a commitment from junior college wing Marlon Taylor. So Marlon Taylor, a JUCO wing, so we know the next member of LSU's signing class, and I fully expect, as I've said many times, that Will Wade ain't going to have empty chairs on the bench, y'all. He's going to go fill those spots just like he did this past year when he went out and he went to the JUCO ranks, or he went and got grad transfers like Randy Onwuser and Jeremy Combs, who didn't play much this year, obviously, or Darrell Edwards. But Will Wade isn't just going to sit there with empty seats on the bench. He's going to go fill them. And this is a 6'6" wing from Panola College, Marlon Taylor. According to JUCOrecruiting.com, Taylor's the most athletic wing in JUCO basketball. That's a tweet that they had earlier today. He shot 40% from three, so some perimeter scoring for LSU is on the way. 6'6" wing Marlon Taylor has committed to Will Wade's squad. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for this edition of Morning Scone. Hit the red subscribe button if you haven't done it already. As always, comments, feedback is appreciated. So y'all have a great day, and we'll talk again tomorrow morning.